Snippy, are you live?
I'm not going live, but I'm recording. I just started recording.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Then we'll just record it and hell with it. We'll put it out and then we'll all head out and grab chicken wings and beer.
I mean, I could go live, you know, it's up to you.
That have you signed up for the Life app yet?
No.
Yeah. Only after you sign up can you go live.
Yeah. Yeah, because
we want to get to like 1 million different guys.
but the reason I say that is because then people who watch your show will use your link.
Oh, on the Life app?
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about it today.
Yeah, exactly. But boy, Bix, you were on a rant on that last video. You were mother plucking that guy to death.
Oh, Brad Sherman?
Yeah.
Dude, that guy, did you see that, Snippy? He wants to ban Bitcoin.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I heard it. He's not the same guy that did the islands tipping over, is it?
No.
Okay.
He's the guy who went on the rant about cryptos last year, and then everybody was looking into him, and his biggest funder is
the nerdy guy, yeah.
Payment processor. I'm like, dude, who do you think you are to take away the right for human or U.S. citizens to participate in the future of money?
Right.
It's just crazy.
That's my problem. These son of a bitches, they got the balls, and you listen to them talk. I'd hope to get some of my fellow senators or congressmen to...
Except they want to get reelected.
Right. To make it illegal for American citizens to own, purchase, crypto. It's like, motherfucker, you don't tell me what to do. You don't tell any of us what to do. We're your boss, you son of a bitch.
Right.
It makes you want to just drive to Washington and just start slapping motherfuckers.
That's it.
I don't have to
out that door.
I don't have to go that far. You know, he's a Southern California guy. He's knee deep in a lot of the dirty shit down in LA. So I don't have to go that far to find that guy's house.
Yeah, it's reaching a point where I don't know about you guys, but if Trump loses the next election, which I don't think he will, because of some things I've heard that are coming, what do we do? Is that like the revolution time? You know, I mean, because I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to live, and I do mean live, in America that is, we've come too far. You know, I mean, at what point do you say, look, sorry guys, but 1776 needs to kick off up in this bitch?
That's true. And freedom doesn't come free. Unfortunately, it should. You have all these rules and regulations and laws, and then you find out, well, that's only for you guys, not us up here, and we're making some decisions that you might say is unlawful, but my judge that I put in place says we're right, and go pound sand. So what do you do when the judge rules in favor of the criminality?
Keep fighting. I mean, that's when the fighting gets tough. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when it's. I mean, I'm never going to give up, but I'll warn you right now, if this shit is still going on and I live until I'm 90, they better hope that I am not diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah.
We'll go fucking ballistic.
Sniper Ben comes out.
Sniper nothing. I'm going to show up like Rambo.
Hey, let's talk about the craziness of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin breaking through resistance, and what's your guys? I mean, I've been looking at it quite a bit. You know, I've always said that the cryptos are rigged, just like gold and silver and the stock market, the bond market, everything else. cryptos are easy to rig with computers and derivatives. We all know that by looking at the volume. But right now, with all the crap that's going on at Bitfinex and Tether, I don't know why people are saying, well, if Tether goes down, then the whole market will go down. Wouldn't it be exactly the opposite? People try to get out of Tether and into anything but Tether, and they don't like the U.S. dollar already. So I would assume that Bitcoin would be moving a lot higher if Tether and Bitfinex went down.
I think it would ultimately, but not right away. I think
But why not right away?
Because the event of so many people are in Tether and they just lost their rear ends because Tether imploded. They can't get access to any of their crypto or the Tether to move into get their crypto back with Tether.
Yeah, but they wouldn't sell their Bitcoin.
No, but the whole market would be scared and everyone would be panic selling.
I don't buy that because
we're being told when it happens.
I think the weak hands are long gone. The weak hands come in at in Mount Gox, it was 1,000. It went up to 1,000 real fast. All the weak hands got in, and then you had the crash. The 20,000, all the weak hand got in from like 5,000 to 20,000. There's no weak hands in here now. It's just us, and the only people who are using Tether are market traders and market manipulators. That would be lovely to pluck their wealth away from them, but I don't see any scenario where Tether crashes, and because Tether crashes, everybody's going to sell their cryptocurrencies.
Well, look what happened with the market just the other day. It just happened, and the market dumped. Not huge, but the market dumped on the whole news from the New York Attorney General about Bitfinex and Tether.
But you can create a scenario and then click a mouse and say, well, this is the reason. It's all rigged, so it's like, this is the reason.
Right. So either it's really going to happen or it's going to falsely happen because they made it look like it. Oh, here's the reason. And they're clicking their mouse buttons. One way or the other, it's going to dump, in my opinion, and then go up.
Who would sell? I don't know anybody who would sell.
Plus, did it really, really dump? I mean, it went down some.
It was noticeable, but it wasn't huge.
No,
right.
It was a couple percent.
You would think that, and this is coming from my guy. All right, I talked to Joe. All right, it actually tracks with exactly what you said, Bix. The only people left are the hodlers and the manipulators. There's no small fish left, and the hodlers are the people who that guy Sherman was talking about. Well, these guys openly say that they want to, destroy the dollar and take away our power. Yeah, we're willing to do that. And we're willing to hold on to our cryptos and go down with the pluck and ship, and it's reached a point where they can throw as much shit out and FUD as they want to. We're not moving. We're not budging. We're just buying more. And although, a lot of these exchanges, well, almost all of them are crooked, well, actually all of them, none of them hold 100%, but there are slightly better ones.
Right.
It's reaching a point where there's actually been enough exchanges go down that you're seeing shades of reality of like pushes up in prices. And that's what my guy's seeing. I actually let you two know not who he is, like his name, but where he works and another place he helps out. All right. That's what this guy does. He analyzes blockchains and pressure and transactions on the actual blockchain. Then he compares it to the internal pressures of the exchanges. And that actually gives him an accurate idea of how many coins these exchanges actually hold. He knows, down to the percentage, what these places hold. Because that's his job. And it's it's reached a point where, and I'm telling you what, Bix, you're going to be happy as hell in the next month with what is coming with the criminals of Tether. They're about to get wrecked, and I mean plucking wrecked. And the other exchanges who are trying to accumulate coins and actually try and be like relatively legit are applauding it. They're like, yeah, take these son of a bitches out. They're accumulating evidence and they're sending it to the people that are going after Tether. Where do you think that all of the evidence and all of the technical analysis of everything's coming from? It's the legitimate exchanges that are sending the information to the prosecutor in New York.
That's awesome.
And because they know they have to clean up the market. And my guy, who's like a libertarian, very libertarian, and very anti like control and stuff, he knows, or well, he's seen email conversations with people from government I'm trying to word this right, people from government agencies that are trying to generate an environment that will allow the good exchanges, the regulated exchanges, to accumulate enough coins so that when this kicks off, it's more legitimate. It won't be completely one-to-one, but it will be closer because they've had help accumulating coins while the market's been down. Let's put it that way.
Is that why, like, Backed and HODL are kind of delaying until things get a little cleaner?
Joe knows the CEO of HODL.
Yeah.
Have you had the conversations with him about how screwed up the exchanges are?
Yes, I have, actually.
Yeah. It's a train wreck. You know, it literally, they're trying to clean up a nuclear explosion with a shop vac. You know, that's what they're trying to do.
But it's nothing. I mean, I look at all the exchanges. First of all, the way CoinMarketCap, which is like the largest one that people look at, accumulates all the different exchanges and puts them together to give you I mean, it's ridiculous. They're pulling these exchanges out that it's like one week you've never heard of them. The next week they're the largest volume trader out of all the exchanges. Like, why do they even count these as real trades?
Well, from what I understand, these exchanges that are showing this volume and everything are actually showing the volume of other exchanges through an API link or something like that. And
Joe was working on that, right?
Yeah, Joe. Can you explain like how they're doing that?
Yeah, well, many exchanges, they all link to many of them link to each other in case they need some liquidity. They can pull off each other. But some of the exchanges, the lower name ones, like what Bix is talking about, well, who the hell is this exchange? Then all of a sudden there's this massive volume, like, oh, wow, can pull you over there. Oh, let me do some trading over there. Then you go over there to actually trade, and your orders are sitting there waiting to be filled. You're like, well, that's odd. Like I said, it's been quite a long time now, but I was on Binance and actually Bittrex At the same time, I put the exact same amount of, I think I was doing Litecoin or some coin to switch in another coin. But anyways, I was selling both at the same amount, same time, same limit orders, like just go. Binance was like, done. Bittrex, 5% filled. Okay, waiting. All right, let me change my order. Lower it just a hair. Another 5-6% filled. It took me 15 minutes to, like, and it wasn't a lot of Litecoin at this particular time, but I'm like, what the hell's going on? Well, it's a case like that. All the exchange can do, like, if us three are different exchanges, and let's say Bitcoin Ben is like the Binance, he's the big guy. Me and Dix are kind of small or whatever. I'm the smallest guy. You know, I sold my Litecoin, so I'll take the smallest guy.
You got one. What are you talking about?
And we have APIs. We can buy and sell from each other when we need to. But I want people to come on my exchange. I want the fees, right? I want all this money, so I want people to come. I got to show that I got volume. So all I do is show your volume as mine. And I might even add VIXs, so it looks like I've got more volume than you guys. But I'm actually combining your volume and then presenting it to, for example, CoinMarketCap and saying, here's my volume. They don't know. There's no proof of what I'm sending them. They're just saying, here's our API. Send us your info on this API. Okay, here you go. So it looks like all this huge volume's happening. It's just fake. A lot of the volume's fake, but you can tell the top exchanges. And I'm here to tell you, for sure, Binance is that dude. Like, it's the big guy. It's the big exchange.
Yeah, I've heard rumors that when this all is cleaned up, there's only going to be about 4 or 5 of them left.
Yeah.
And number one, Coinbase and Binance, Gemini, Hodlet is coming. They're just drying some ink on a few contracts.
Yeah.
And one more, and I can't remember which
Kraken?
one. Yeah, Kraken. And really, from what I've heard, is that all of the big players, I'm talking like Bakkt and Fidelity, all of these larger players, all last year they were buying. They were buying every dip. And now they're reaching a point where they can't, everything's shifting. So they really can't buy that much without shooting up the price. But these exchanges that are getting ready to launch, they want to hold 1-to-1. They have to, because they're going to be regulated big time. And so the O for the counters are maybe, if you're looking for 100 Litecoin, you may be able to fill that. But if you're looking for 10,000 Litecoin, you ain't going to be able to fill that. You know.
But you look at the Litecoin volumes, $2 billion every 24 hours.
Yeah, that's all
market cap is for. I know, but it gets to the idea that, you know, if these exchanges really want to go 1-for-1, they can do it right now. They can go and onto another exchange, buy it, and pull it off. And if they don't pull it off, if you know the company comes up and freezes everything like Binance did and said, "Oh my God, we've had a hack," which I think is complete bullshit. And the owner of or originator of Binance, that guy CZ, he came from high frequency trading. His company in 2005 was Fusion Analytics or something like that. They were high frequency traders. So there's no doubt in my mind that Binance is trading, you know, one crypto to 100 cryptos for every one they own, and because that's what he did in a prior life, and that's par for the course for this financial system and the gold and silver markets, the stock market. It's complete high frequency trading, asset rehypothecation, anything to keep the ball rolling. Don't let the music stop, because when the music stops, you got to show how many coins you hold and how many you told your customers you had bought for them, and it's all a lie.
But I would say, though, of all the exchanges, even if that's his background, like I said, I place an order on Binance. It's filled. I can remove my coins immediately. I've never, ever had an issue of doing that. It happens really quick. There's no problems like I have on some exchanges.
Well, nobody can withdraw right now.
Right, because of the hack. The hack can't withdraw for weeks. So that's highly suspicious. Yeah, that's highly suspicious. It is. But he also, which is odd, makes it right with people when shit happens. Like, he'll recover your shit and like, all right, here, you get it back somehow. So he says it's our 10%, trading fund, but nobody does that either. So I do have to give some credit over there. But yeah, it's suspicious that you can't trade for a week. Like, how many times has Binance had a problem in the past? Like, and they're saying, well, it was phishing, and it was a phishing emails. Okay, well, hold on a second. If it's phishing emails, you as the owner operator are going to have to tell everybody, I'm sorry about your luck. You clicked on a bad link. You put in your credentials and someone took it from you. It wasn't even our website. Look, you went to the wrong place. Like, I can't make good on that. But he's willing to make good on it. So I'm like, well, something's is certainly odd here. And maybe it is.
Came out of his wallet.
Maybe they need to accumulate some more coins. Before, there's a lot of withdrawing going on, and that was the reason. I don't know.
There's a lot of these exchanges eating each other, and that's a good thing. There's rumors going around that might have actually been what happened with Binance, that another exchange, and they didn't get hacked. That was their wallet. That was their account. And they needed to remove those quickly. And that's what happened. And now that's just a rumor. I heard from a friend who heard it from a friend. But
and it just so happened that it was right around the time when the New York Attorney General was going after Tether and Bitfinex. I don't know how closely are these companies hooked up. I think they're pretty close.
Well, they're also saying
each other.
They're also saying though that they know which address it went to, so they're saying they're trying to break it up and move it to other addresses, and they're all tracking them, and all the exchanges are following so that they can't cash them out. So I would say if that's happening, then they're trying to stop it. So if it was another exchange's account, that probably wouldn't have been said. Would you not agree? Maybe.
Yeah, like I said, that was all, heard a friend who.
Yeah.
The friend I heard it from, I wouldn't even call him a friend more than a guy who I once in a while talk to. But
Tone Vase?
Yeah, it's a scam.
Steven has a song he hasn't done yet for Stone Vase from Fleetwood Mac. Is the market going up or down? Just ask Tone Vase.
He's still out there? Is he still in the crypto world? Yeah, lose track of people.
Puma bear.
Yeah.
And he's going to get wrecked because, and I'm telling you, my guy Joe, the only reason we didn't hit 6,200 in the time that he said we'd hit it
was right. Hack?
Right. And when I talked to him today, he said, I'm telling you right now, within the next 4 weeks. And he said probably sooner, but I'm going to say 4 weeks. Because I told him, I said, dude, you need to add on a few days. Don't leave me out there hanging. And he said, all right. He said, within the next 4 weeks, we're at $8,000. So, and not we touch it. And then we go back down. He said, we are going to go to 8. There'll be a little resistance there. And he said, then we'll go past 8. And now Snippy has a friend who has a different opinion.
It's close, though. Yeah, it's close. Eight's coming soon.
Yeah.
But we would get a healthy sell-off, and then we'd continue back up again. But it'd be a healthy sell-off.
The funny thing is, as we get higher in the numbers, you think, oh my God, that means Bitcoin's going to jump. What is it right now, 6,500 or something?
Right.
We're thinking, oh, it's going to jump 1,500. That's awesome. And then you go, wait a minute, that's only that's 20% or so.
Right,
Big deal. But back when Bitcoin was 3,000, we're going to say it's going to jump 1,500. It's like, holy crap, that's
50%. Yeah.
FOMO. It's but he explained his reasoning, and he actually showed me, like, it's like this chart. It's that there's like exchanges all over it, and it sounded right. It's very logical. His argument, or his reason, is completely based on numbers and the volumes, and like they have a formula that is literally, when he calls me, he's calling me and going, this is what we got. And he's never been wrong. He's never not hit it.
I think with judging from the people, compared to the last big run up and crash down, the amount of people who have left, the type of people who have left the crypto space, the type of people that have come in, huge names, better understanding of what's going on, big money, obviously, with backed and all that. All those people have come in. The infrastructure keeps getting better and better. But the people who went out are the weak hands and the people who were looking for the short-term hit and things like that. So it's natural at the bottom of markets they call it climbing the wall of worry, because you never predict the bottom. But when it starts to bottom out, you're like double guessing yourself all the time and thinking, oh, it's going to crash down. And then you look at the change of the structure of cryptocurrencies from a year and a half ago, when it was ICO mania, anybody and everybody was throwing money at everything, versus now people are analyzing companies and analyzing situations and coins, and big money is in. So it's like, who would get out? I don't see a crash in any way.
Go ahead, Ben. Ben, go ahead, Ben.
When he told me this, I about fell out of my friggin' truck. The difference between what's getting ready to happen in 2017. Now listen to this when I say this, and tell me you're not going to fall out of your chair. There are 75% less Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum in circulation now than there was in 2017. What he's saying is that there's been so much accumulated and put in wallets that are not going to be on trading platforms, that the amount of coins that are going to be purchasable,
i.e. setting the price every day.
Right.
Well, I wish it was like that.
To be 75% less than there were in 2017. That means over the last year and a half that 75% of the frequently traded coins have actually been pulled off the market and are actually being held. that's one of the reasons that right now, even with the manipulation, there's so few actual coins that are moving, real coins that are moving, that any real buying pressure under those real coins is a jump. It's how he explained it. The floor is so light that it only takes a breeze in order to lift it. You know, and when I thought what he said, I'm like, wait, so with a smaller real volume, we're going to have higher prices easier. And then what happens whenever we get a little FOMO going? You know, what's going to have it? The price is going to go up. Even with the manipulation, it's reached a point where it's, I don't even know how to.
It's the diminishing returns, the rule of diminishing returns.
Right. The more crap that they throw at it, it doesn't matter anymore because the real exchanges have enough pressure that the crap exchanges that are just showing crap volume of friggin' derivatives, the price is going to go up. And how he explained it was, it's you can't even imagine. And then we started talking about Bitcoin and Litecoin and the Lightning Network. And he is all on board with Cliff High. Shut up, Siri's little sister. He said it's going to reach a point where you ain't getting no Bitcoin. You ain't going to be able to buy Bitcoin, and people are going to move from Bitcoin to Litecoin because Litecoin will be on the Lightning Network, and the atomic swap. The only way people are going to get Bitcoin is to buy Litecoin and then create a Lightning node and use the atomic swap feature on the Lightning Network in order to get Bitcoin.
And that was hopefully, probably, if someone else wants to sell it back.
That was always Charlie's plan, though.
Hey, if Charlie planned that out, that mother plucker's smarter than I give him credit for.
I mean, those are the two things he was mainly focused on when he sold all his Litecoin. It was to get the Lightning Network working and to get the atomic swaps going. Those are the two things he was talking about 2 years ago.
Yeah, I've asked Joe, like, dude, black out your face, put on a freaking mask, but come on my show.
Joe, your buddy, or Joe Snippy?
Snippy.
We can't block out that face.
Yeah, I'd be like, he'd be asking me questions. I'd be like, oh, you want to know the answer to what? Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Oh my God, was that your guy, Joe? That little black ball's your guy, isn't it?
It is. Pause the video. Don't tell anybody.
No, all I'm saying is over the next 4 weeks, we're hitting $8,000. And Joe, I'm with you. When you got a guy who's never done you wrong, you kind of got to go with him, man.
Right.
And until he's wrong, I'm going to assume he's right.
Yeah. And then my guy was calling some stuff over and over. And then, even with big, like Litecoin, it was in the 50 to 60 range. He's telling me 38's coming, then 23. And I'm like, oh, I don't even think it's going to go under 50 at this point. Boom. Holy crap, it happened. Boom, 23. Oh, my God. So then I'm like, well, I mean, gosh, he's got nailed those dead on. I might as well take a chance now. And then 22 was it. Then we go back up. So, hey, you win some, you lose some. But he did tell me about Bitcoin Cash, and we did very well on Cash. But
you still in that? Or did you trade out?
Big time. Yeah, that's my big
Bitcoin
thing right
Cash.
now.
I think it should do well.
Yeah.
You all know me. I'm all about freedom. I don't care if people love Ripple. I don't care if they love digital. I don't care if they love Litecoin. I'm all about freedom. Whatever coin you love, run with.
What about EOS?
Hey, if you love EOS, run. It's your choice. I mean, right?
Hey, BitConnect. What about BitConnect, man?
Hey, it's your choice, baby.
BitConnect.
Run with it. BitConnect. No, I love freedom so much that I'm willing to let people be wrong.
That's right. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, it should be.
Because hey, I've absolutely been wrong. And
we all have.
Right. And I know that, like, my wife was wrong when she married me. I'm starting to realize it now, too.
Oh, I'm sure she's loving it now. You're famous.
Yeah. Now, am I famous or am I infamous?
I think you're a little of both. Hey, yeah, Joe, I not to change the subject too much, but you went dark. You went dark for like a month when you were on your little adventure in the Southwest.
It's Indiana Jabroni.
Why don't you give me and Ben and the rest of the audience a little, only the stuff you can talk about, and overall, how was the trip, and did you guys succeed in what you wanted to do?
Well, we wanted to go on a treasure hunt at the spot that you went to with us, that you helped pry a little rock out of the way, that exact spot. That was what we wanted to come back to, but we got sidetracked with like some spiritual stuff that threw us off. We didn't know it. We didn't expect it. And it started on the way to Bitcoin Ben's meetup.
Mm-hmm.
Met a friend on the way there. Then we met, we did Litecoin Lisa's thing that night. And then we went to Bitcoin Ben's thing. And next thing I know, JC and Dave are doing their thing and like changing people's lives, and husbands and wives crying, and like, whoa. So I was
they were on a roll. I mean, that whole event was amazing.
Yeah. So I said, all right, well, now that that's done, we're going on down to the Southwest there. Let's go. And we get down there and we meet the old, the crystal lady that we saw last time. She just runs this little crystal store. And I have to go. Okay, go for it. And he's got to go potty. Bitcoin Ben's got to go potty. So
Sprinkle.
Within minutes of talking to her, we realized, we got a mission to do.
Yeah.
And she invited us to her house, and we chatted and had this great stuff, and certain things I can't get into right now, but it was just a lot of that. We met some Native American people. Then we met some more Native American people. We did a ritual at their house, like a drumming and all this ceremony. It was like we were shocked we were even invited. And then at the end of it, it's like, wow, we only have a couple of days left. Like, we're not going to get started now. It's like, well, that's all right. This stuff needed us, so we'll deal with that. We'll reschedule and come back for the old treasure hunt. And then I'm like, well, I've got this GPR that I ordered, ground penetrating radar.
You got it.
Finally got it there, and I'm like, well, my wife, she can fly up. We'll do like a road trip home. We'll stay here for a week, waiting on this thing to come in, and then we'll drive back. And then the night that I got it, the day we got it, we just got back in the nick of time to be invited to another Native American healing session that was kind of off the wall. That it just happened. And so I was like, oh, cool, my wife can experience something. She wasn't here for the other two. So we did that. I meet this Indian guy that does the sessions, and he's telling everybody what they need to hear, I guess. He gets to me and starts telling me stuff. like Bob, he doesn't know me at all. Nobody there actually knew me at any kind of level, really, except for the one Native American couple that I met one time before. And they don't know me, like my personal history, my finances, anything.
Your woo-woo side?
Anything, yeah. And so this guy starts telling me some things, and he's nailing stuff. And he's telling me some of the stuff I'm going to find and this and that. And I'm like, okay.
Did you ask him when? Come on, give me a date.
Well, no, I asked him, I said, well, I am looking for something in this mountain. And he goes, hold on, honey, get the black backpack out. Get my black backpack out of the house. She gets it out. He pulls out this little, like, clear thing with a lid on it, and there's a gold flake in there. He goes, this is for you. You're looking for this. You're going to get this. I never told him.
No, really?
He goes,
wow.
This is your first one. This is the first one you're going to get.
And you've already found one.
You're looking for.
You can say it already.
You find more. And I'm like,
I found gold.
Wow. So I was like, okay. So he basically told me I've got the go-ahead from, like, Great Spirit. We know your intentions, what you're going to help Indian people with this. If you find it, go for it. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay. So the next day I got the thing, the GPR in my hand. Oh, it's just me and my wife. Let's go to the spot. I'm going to show it to you. And this is where Bix was, and those guys. And here's where we did this. And something interesting happened on that mountain that we both saw, heard, whatever, that I can't say on this video. But I'll gladly stop it at the end and tell you guys privately.
The funny thing is, you're the worst person at keeping secrets out of anybody I know.
I just got to keep it quiet.
All you got to do is keep your talking. It'll come out.
Yeah, so I'll when we're done recording, I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But it was an amazing experience. We got to go back at some point. I don't have even a time set.
I would love to go. If
Universe will tell us again, like, hey, it's time. And I played those people, not the last guy, but the Crystal Lady and the Native American couple. I played them your song.
Oh, sweet.
They wanted to hear it, and they were like, whoa. Like, I'm talking Native American listening, were like, wow. And it made sense to them and things, and they're like, whoa. And the Crystal Lady said, I know who the Indian woman that helped him write the song. Because remember, you said, I felt like there was a female Indian spirit or something helping me write this song when I was over here. Something like that. And I didn't tell her that part. I was just letting her listen to the song. And as she was listening to your song, you talk about we talks about the female, whatever. And she goes, after the song ended, she goes, I helped a female Indian spirit a long time ago. And then she didn't say how she helped this spirit. And she said, as that song was playing, she came in right now. She came in right now. And I thought, whoa, I haven't heard from you in a long time. And she goes, that was her. Let your friend know, basically, that was her.
Crap.
I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
It was.
I got chills.
Yeah, I know.
And we got chills all the time over there.
It's something about hanging out with you guys, because especially you and I are kind of on the same level, but those two guys,
I know,
Dave and JC, are absolutely on some different realm that I can't quite understand what it is, but there's something huge there, and just being around them brings out shit in us. I
know. Positive results. Always positive results.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it might have been there all along. I just wasn't able to see it. But the more you open yourself up to this stuff, I'm doing all the spirituality stuff with this guy, Christoph. And his latest thing to me was, hey, dude, think about what does he call it? The wheel of abundance. The more you give out, the more you're going to get back. He's like, start giving your music for free. The music thing, it's got to go out there for free, and it's going to come back tenfold. Just get it out there. Get it out there for free and keep going. And I'm like, okay, so now I'm giving away music boxes on the website and things like that. So yeah, it's amazing. I think there is a huge spiritual aspect to all these changes that are going on, and I'm really excited to open up to it and just accept it as it comes, because I really haven't been most of my life open to this type of stuff. But now it's like, hey, the more you are open to it, the more you recognize it and can use it to move forward.
Yep.
He, there's a reason for that. Now we're going to jump a little woo-woo. We're already talking woo-woo.
Yeah.
Is now, as you guys know, I am a follower of Jesus Christ. Now, religion aside, right? Everything in the universe is energy and frequency. And music at its core is frequency. It's why you're driving down the road and a certain groove works with you. Like old Snippy. If you crank up like some Motley Crue, Snippy.
What if I?
Yeah. You know, and
what if I got? Hey,
oh, a didgeridoo.
yeah.
See if I still got it. Stand by.
They're not that easy to play. That was not bad at all. Those things are so hard to play.
What the hell was that?
That's the new Digibyte official didgeridoo music thing. That's their official. I'm making it their official sound instrument. The didgeridoo for Digibyte.
That sounded like a mating call for a moose.
Dude, it's hard to. I had one of those for a while. I was working with this guy in Australia.
It's tough.
And he brought me back a didgeridoo. The thing was as tall as I was, and you got to really relax your lips and get the.
Yeah, it's not like a horn. Where horns are usually like. With this, you got to like motorboat, like. Yeah. But you got to do it in this little small space, so you kind of got to move your lip around just to where one of them starts flapping. And then you can do the drone sounds, the ohm sounds.
We got to get a didge for Bitcoin Ben.
My wife would kill you guys.
Hey, we need you in the band for the Litecoin Ruta party. We need Bitcoin Ben in the band playing didgeridoo.
Yeah. That reminds me. I'm having a meetup next Saturday. I think it's next Saturday, the 18th. Yeah. So next Saturday, I'm having a meetup here in St. Louis, Missouri at the Circle 7 Ranch on Manchester. And anybody, if you've never watched my show and you watch Snippy and Bix, come on out. We'll be talking woo-woo and like cryptos and everything. Chicken wings and beer, man. Shut up, serious little sister. And but what I'm really excited about is your concert in Vegas, dude. You're playing Vegas, Bix.
Play Vegas. Snippy, you got to bring the drum set out, man. You got to bring the full the electric one or rent one.
Yeah, I think that needs to happen one of these trips for sure.
Dick Allgaier has been like just hounding me. What are we gonna play? Here, I'll get a set list for us. Now let's start working on this 6 months in advance so we can really get it down.
Could you let everyone on my channel, like here, could you like give them the information? I know there's only a couple of tickets left.
No. We actually took the big venue. I have big hopes that we're going to get like 400 or 500 people. So got the big venue at the Cosmopolitan Hotel.
Wow.
So at the hotel, it's a huge space, and we're going to trick it out to have, it's going to have a stage and a bar and a chance to talk and meet. So it's on October 27th. It's a Sunday. The day before the Litecoin conference is Monday and Tuesday, the 28th and 29th. And then the World Crypto Conference is right there too. So it's a whole week of crypto there. But kicking off with the Road to Ruta event, and the event is going to go, it's kind of 2 stages. In the day, we're going to do meet and greets and have discussions and things like that, which we didn't have enough time to do at the party. And then at night, we're going to do big party concert, Snippy live, Bitcoin Ben on the didgeridoo, Dick Allgaier. I'll try to get our buddy Tiger Muse out there, who's like the only real musician guy that we know. But if you want to go, it's going to cost you 1 Litecoin. and I don't care what the Litecoin price is. So right now we do have tickets available. Send me an email, bix@roadtoruta.com, and I'll send you the information and the Litecoin address. It's first come, first serve. I think we have 250 people have already signed up for it. And I was looking for a place like 200 to 300 people. And then it just kept getting bigger. And I'm like, screw it. Let's get a place that's big enough to fit 500. So we're going to do it right at the hotel where the Litecoin conference is. And it's going to be a hoot.
I will be there.
When is this again?
October 27th.
27th. In Vegas?
In Vegas, right before Halloween, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
I 100% will be there. I'm
You're in.
already planning it.
And it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I'm gonna reach out to a lot of the influencers and all the people that we're dealing with. We're gonna have sponsorships for drinks because throwing a party at this place was so expensive. I'm like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. So we're gonna have all our friends out there who are making money off cryptos. If you want to sponsor a drink ticket with your company name and everything, have a drink on Hodlit or whoever it is, absolutely we'll do that. And because I can't do open bar, which we did last time. I took a bath on the last of it, but it was fun, and that's the key. Is it's going to be fun. So if you want to go, it's one Litecoin, non-refundable. We'll be there by hook or by crook. And then, it's going to be a hoot.
Awesome. I literally can't wait, dude. Last year was so much fun. And there were so many people there last year. I can only imagine how many people are going to be here this year. And with me, you, and Snippy, you got to be there. I mean, you can't have a party without the old Snip.
Yeah, I got a cruise, I think, possibly coming up in September with the wife. But I was actually thinking maybe October I'd want to go back to the treasure thing.
Ooh, that would be perfect.
But if I did go up there, Nevada's not too far,
And we wouldn't be far from the Grand Canyon, by the way, FYI, where I wrote it down. There's 1,900 square miles of gold in the Grand Canyon. That's how big the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is bigger than Rhode Island, the Grand Canyon National Park, and it's filled to the rim with gold.
Speaking of the Grand Canyon, my wife and I and our youngest went to the Grand Canyon like a month and a half ago or whenever it was.
Oh, yeah. when you were visiting Hodlit? I know everything about your life, Ben.
I know, yeah. And that place, just to be next to it is an emotional. There's something magic there. It's the energy of and there's lots of tribes, lots of Indian tribes and stuff like that. And like me and my wife and my daughter, they're like taking selfies and everything. And I'm just kind of feeling the energy. And it was so amazing just to be there.
You need to watch the remote viewing session of Dick Allgire's, and I were working on the caves in the Grand Canyon, the gold in the Grand Canyon, and how the Grand Canyon was actually formed. It wasn't formed with the little river running through it, carving it out for billions of years. It was
no. That was an electrical.
It was an electrical event, but it was an intelligent electrical event, according to Dick's remote viewing session. And then he talks about the pyramids in the Grand Canyon. They're all named after Egyptian gods. And people don't really, you could say, that's just a mountain within the Grand Canyon. Well, how does a mountain within the Grand Canyon get perfectly aligned with the stars and look like a pyramid and get named after, the Temple of Ra and all the Egyptian names that are there? It's a lie. And if you watch the Grand Canyon remote viewing session that Dick did, he's very clear about how these things were built and the amount of gold that was stored there and probably still is stored there underneath some of these pyramids. It's crazy. So you got to check out the remote viewing, crypto viewing site. I think it's or they're on their Patreon channel maybe. I'll put it up on Road to Ruta so everybody can see it.
All right, now let's move into politics.
Okay.
Right. For the people that are strictly crypto, you may just want to end it here.
Oh, he's not going to tell us when it's going to go to 100,000. Damn.
Now, what do you two see, or what do you think the environment is in Washington right now? Or what do you see like going on?
You want to start, Snippy?
Yeah. There's a panic on a certain side of the political aisle, the Democratic side. Absolute panic. And you can see it. And, they're trying to, just like recently, we're going to hold Barr in contempt. And then, well, wait a minute, what about Eric Holder? You guys held him in contempt. Oh, no, we're gonna just squash that now, so never mind. A little tit for tat. But as QAnon said recently, may we start the offensive, so get ready, get your popcorn ready. I think it's going to be right. I think we're going to start to see some heads roll. I've been watching, if anyone doesn't know who Serial Brain 2 is, go search that guy out on YouTube and watch his stuff. He put a lot of interesting stuff together. He's putting tweets together. James Comey, remember James Comey sitting in the forest? Oh, so many words, so many questions. He's putting out, these are not just tweets. And I actually went on his Twitter and said to all the morons, oh, Mr. Comey. I was like, you moron, he's talking in code right now. Okay, FYI. Well, that's exactly what he was doing. And this guy's tying it to certain little events, even shootings and certain things, where Comey is initiating certain things through his Twitter account by capitalizing certain things, numbers, all this stuff. And the guy's done a phenomenal job of putting 2 and 2 together, unbelievable. But again, they're in a panic, so they only know a few, they only have a few tricks in their trick bag, and false flags is one of them. And but I do think Trump, with Attorney General Barr and all them, they're going to clean house. There's going to be some heads rolling. There's going to be some people going to jail. I mean, I still look like, gosh, I can't wait for Hillary to get locked up. But is it really going to be her who's locked up, or is it going to be people who protected her who get locked up because they should have acted but they didn't? And they're going to find that they colluded, basically. And, so maybe not Hillary Clinton will be locked up, but she should be, and maybe she will be. But I don't have too high hopes of actually seeing that, because I just don't think that'll happen. But that guy, I wanted to say Terry something. It's not Terry. He's a former firefighter from Florida, where he got the visions from God about the 3 presidents will be locked up when 2 of them are dead. Papa Bush is dead. Carter's probably on his last breath right now. That leaves the remaining 3 to be locked up, and he said they would be locked up. So if that happens, I mean, I don't see why Hillary Clinton wouldn't for some of the crap she's done. But I think at least to start with, we're going to see the smaller guys, the Comeys, John Brennan, some of those guys get nailed. Maybe Kerry even. It's hard to tell how deep this thing goes. At least, I mean, we know how deep it goes, but as far as them going after people, locking them up, how deep are they going to go? It's kind of anyone's guess at this point.
I agree with that. I would also say I'm a little pissed at Trump because he had all the information years ago that they were plotting this stuff. Once you get into the NSA records every conversation on planet Earth these days. They had everything. They had all the Clinton emails. They had all these text messages, which we still haven't seen. If you look at the text messages, there's gaps where they talk about assassinating the president. They talk about all this stuff. So Trump has all this stuff, and he's like, okay, I'm going to, just because, if he pulled it out, they'd just say, oh my God, we have a revolution time. So he's played it masterfully, but I get so anxious about, come on, speed it up. Because he's given them the chance to try to prove that he's a traitor. It came back 450 pages later that no, he didn't. I mean, who could survive something like that and come out with a fairly clean record? So now Trump has all this stuff that he's always had. If he ever got in real trouble, he could have pulled it out and say, oh, by the way, here's a a text message from Brennan to Strzok and Page and Comey saying he's got people who can assassinate the president on Thursday at 4 p.m. Messages like that are there. So he can always pull those out, but he's not gonna. He's gonna drag it on. And obviously now it's going to get worse and worse for the Democrats until we get to election time, and then literally the Democrats will get destroyed, as these truths come out, because right now they've been on their high horse. Trump has let them spout off the worst bullshit that you can imagine.
That's partially why I think he's kind of not going so fast. There's another election coming up, and boy, is he
keep talking.
An absolute bomb. So that nobody's voting Democratic, like you're done.
Well, I don't think he will need to. That's the problem. Is he's got it all. He's going to drop just enough bombs to get them worse off and worse off and worse off and worse off. Instead of just saying, "Hey, people, here's the truth. No matter what kind of damage it causes in our economic system, it's kind of like the monetary system. Oh, we need a smooth transition. Come on, let's just get to the truth, and then everybody can move on from there, and then we can start new systems based on, you got to go back to the truth or make it crypto decentralized. So I'm of the camp that I don't like. I get why he's doing it. He's a master negotiator and manipulator, and he's just reeling them in slowly, and they're the dead fish on the line right now. It's all downhill for the Democrats. Yep. But I just wish he would just come out with, because they have all this information. They have all the text messages. The NSA has every conversation we've ever had. So I just wish it would happen sooner, but I think it'll be total destruction of anybody, Democrat or Republican, who is trying to overthrow a sitting president.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
your turn, Ben.
Let's hear what Mama has to say.
Romney is toast. There's a large group of Republicans that are toast. There's a lot of Democrats that are toast. And from what I hear and from what I see is, I think the next couple of months, we're going to hear a lot about Hollywood and a lot about the pedophiles and a lot about news anchors who have been involved with some very bad things. And because Trump dropped a hint in a tweet a few weeks ago when he basically said that the lying media will not be around in a year. There's a reason he said that, because what people are going to start to see coming out is the network of the media. Like your local media has a programming manager. That programming manager is part of the whole thing. They're put there on Channel 2 or Channel 4, Channel 5, NBC, local, late breaking here in St. Louis. The person that tells them what to put on the teleprompter is planted there. They're there for a reason. They're who receive the 4 o'clock email. Right? Those people are going to start going away because of other things they're involved with. Here in St. Louis, we had a St. Louis County head honcho like that. Head honcho in St. Louis County just got arrested. All right. Now, they were trying this this proposal here in St. Louis where St. Louis City would merge with St. Louis County. Well, that proposal, as soon as he was arrested, 2 days later, they announced that they're not going to have this proposal. They're trying to sweep under the rug the proposal and just let him hang. Oh no, my friends. I and a lot of other people here in St. Louis that I talk to, we know how it's all connected. I actually call up local radio stations, and that network of people are linked with the larger nationwide network of people. It's all linked with Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030. If you know anything about that, these local groups are all linked. They're the branches of the UN that have been put in locally. Well, here in Missouri, we're cleaning house. We are absolutely cleaning house. And it's the federal people that are doing the arresting. It's Trump's people. It's Trump's people who have recorded the phone calls, who have all of the indictments. We've all heard about this, like 45 or like 50,000. That's what is going on in St. Louis right now. All of these indictments are rolling out, and the local media is trying to, oh, this is an isolated incident over here. Don't look there. Wait, no. All right, don't look here either. But this is all being plucked apart, and Trump is doing it at rapid speeds. None of this happened until James Comey put out, or Mueller put out his report. As soon as that got put out is when these people started getting arrested. That's all Trump was waiting for. Let them build their case. And he was open. Yeah, you want to interview him? Go ahead. You want to interview him? Yeah, go ahead. Trump opened 1.5 million emails, documents, everything. Trump was an open door. Soon as that no collusion, and all that came out with the report, Trump is dropping the hammer. And I mean dropping the hammer hard. Did you hear how he called out John Kerry yesterday? When was the last time you heard a president say that an ex-politician should be arrested? And
filing the Logan Act, I think, right?
Right, the Logan Act. Now, that ain't a slap on the frickin' wrist. That's treason. The Logan Act is actually tied, and that's treason. They're hang mother pluckers over that shit. At least I hope. And this is all tied together. I think for over the next 2 or 3 months, what Trump is going to do, they are going to go after Hollywood, really let that just, because we haven't heard nothing of how bad Hollywood is yet. We've only seen the crust. It is bad, evil stuff. If you believe in Jesus Christ and God, then you know there's a devil. If you believe that there is good energy in the universe, you know there's bad. We've all had that situation where we have felt evil, where you walked in a room or you met somebody or something, and you were just like, yeah. That energy has absorbed people. There are people who thrive on that energy. it's and pause this video and Google news article, drinking the blood of youth will make you younger, from the New York Times. It was put out 3 months ago. They dropped it because what they do is they slowly move people. They social engineer. There's a show on or on Hulu right now, the Bridesmaid or the Winter's Maid, or it's
Handmaid Tale or whatever.
Yes, The Handmaid Tales. My wife and I have been watching it. Now, this story is where the extreme right takes over America, and it makes women slaves, and they're racist. The only people with guns are white males. And last year, a bunch of schools across America had high schoolers read that book. It was part of there were thousands of schools that had their students read that book. It was all coordinated. Then they roll out this show. Do you know what the show's going to be about next season? The revolution, where the homosexual, the minorities, the women, they all rebel against the white right, the racist religious people who pray, because this show has been just a cornucopia of brainwashing. Every episode is how some white guy is abusing or raping or hurting a minority or separating children from their parents at the border. This is, and what it is, they're ramping. They know what's coming. The left knows what's coming. They're trying to stop it, but they know what's coming. Trump's not going to give up. They're not going to give up. And what they need to do is, Hollywood is the left's Q. All right, how the right has Q, the left has Hollywood. That's how they're putting out their message. But it's a subliminal message to the youth, to the left, where the right, we just have Q, who's like, all right, let's use logic. What's boom, 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 boom? The left has to manipulate. They have to wrap in emotion. And just like Benjamin Franklin said, the theater is at the root of the corruption of humanity, because humans adapt to their environment, whether it's real or whether it's not real. We have a young generation that has grown up surrounded by media, surrounded by social media, surrounded by this environment that has been putting out a message that the right are racist. They're sexist. They hate homosexuals. They hate everybody. They hate. And even if they don't believe it, it's a seed planted in their mind that their brain will accept as reality of their environment. It's how they've corrupted the youth. And it's all actually based on frequency. It's why a song can make you cry. It's the frequency of the environment that you're exposed to. and you adjust your mood and your perception actually based on the environment frequencies that you're in. And these shows in Hollywood, that's why I think Trump now is going to go after Hollywood. Yes, to break up the monopoly of Hollywood, and yes, to break up the media, the lying, cheating, crooked media, so that as the reality of what's been going on sinks into the people, it has to be gradual. And I know, Bix, I wish it would just collapse and we had truth right now. But you have to understand that, like, people like my daughter, even my daughter, who I've preached freedom her whole life. My daughter is trapped in this instant emotional reaction state that she's hypersensitive to little fluctuations in her environment.
And she is a teenage girl.
And she's a teenage girl. But
Alexa, I love you, baby. Go listen to him. I'm not part of it.
She loves Bix, dude. She's all about Bix. But as a society, Trump has to show such criminality out of Hollywood. And there's been an internal struggle on if they really tell the truth of what's been going on. Because some people in power don't think that the public can handle it. And others are like Bix, who is like, look, we got to show them the truth or they'll repeat it.
Yep.
Has to be put in the public and actually documented in history. The only way that you learn from your past is if you can remember it. If you can't remember what your past was, you'll repeat it. It's why in the Constitution they don't just reprint the Constitution. They leave the amendments that we had that were bad. They leave them in there for a reason, so that we learn from, we look back on the amendments that were bad. It's why they left the amendment for prohibition in there. So that in the future, the people from the future can look back and go, wait, what was this amendment here for? Well, that's when we thought we could tell people what was right and wrong for their lives.
No beer with your chicken wings.
Right. They left it in there so that the people of the future would look at where we fucked up and go, okay, let's not do that again. And now they're going to bring out the bad stuff. And the bad stuff is going to be bad. I'm going to have to explain to my daughter how we've had leaders who have killed children in sacrifice ceremonies and literally drank the children's blood and bathed in it. I'm going to have to sit my daughter down and go, honey, this is what evil looks like. This is what happens when good people don't speak out. If you're good, don't be quiet, because evil yells. We have to get out in public. And whether it costs me my YouTube channel or it costs me my life, the good people of the world have to yell. We have to be louder. We have to take this world back, or we go into darkness. It's what you feel, Snippy. It's what you felt when you were on your journey. Bix, it's what you're feeling now. The universe is at a breaking point. We either go good or we go bad. And the only way we go good is if good outshines and breaks up the darkness. That's where we're at. That's what we're all feeling. It's why we're all on this channel. We are down to the last hodlers of cryptocurrency. Well, guess what? We're down to the last hodlers of love, the last hodlers of freedom. And they're going to have to rip it out of my fucking cold, dead hands, because that freedom, that love I'm holding, I'm just holding it. And when I die, and through my whole life, I'm giving it to my kids. I'm giving it to my friends. I'm giving it to the people that I love. Because we're only on this planet for a while. And we're here for one reason. We're here to love each other. And in order to love somebody, you got to value their freedom to fuck up. We only learn from our fuck ups. We don't learn from the shit we get right the first time. We have to let our light shine so that other people whose light isn't as bright has the energy from our light to make their light brighter. We are the second revolution. We are, if you want to get biblical, we are the fourth great awakening in history. It's us. It's our generation. It's me. It's you, Bix. It's Snippy. It's everyone who watches us, who prays, or whatever you do to get the energy of love. I pray. Some people don't pray. That's fine. It doesn't matter. It's all about energy. And we can't be quiet. Now's our time to yell. We have to yell for love. We have to yell for peace. We have to yell for freedom. And my friends, it's pluck and go time. So if you're hearing this for the first time and you're getting a little tear, you know what that tear is? That's your light getting ready to come out. Let it out, because your children need to see you plant your feet firm. And say, I'm not moving. I'm not budging. I plant my feet in the sands of truth and on the rock of truth. And I'll be damned if I'll budge. Because if I budge, I'm teaching my kids that it's okay to budge. That a little evil's okay. Well, it's not. We need to plant our feet strong and hard and not budge. We have to preach the word of goodness and love. Because if we don't, my friends, evil will roll over us. And roll over us and roll right towards our kids. So it's your choice. Do you want to take the pain, or do you want your kids to? Because somebody's taking the pain.
And it's going to be more painful if your kids take it.
Exactly, because it's going to break your heart.
Hey, Ben, I love you, baby. Dude, I mean,
I got Kleenex.
as soon as I get off this call, I'm calling up Dick Allgaier. I'm going to say, "You watch Ben, Dick." That's the kind of position we need to take. Is that and it's the reason you're wearing that yellow vest right now, in solidarity with those guys in France who are doing exactly what you just said. Unless you, I mean, they're a lot worse off than we are. We will get there too if we allow these people to go any farther. And I am going to send this to Dick and say, "All right, Dick, what do you have to say now, brother?"
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick, Dick.
That
was a good one, Ben. Damn.
Good speech, Ben.
I feel it, guys. I feel it, and I can't not resist. I can't not. I am who I am.
You're doing the right thing at the right time. That's why I think all three of us, we're doing the right thing at the right time. Now is our time, and unless we seize upon it, it'll just go away, or will go away. And go with your gut. And my gut says do this, and your gut says do what you're doing, Ben. Joe, your gut's telling you to do what you're doing, and they're all headed in the right direction, I believe.
Amen. Well, I think that's good enough video.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'm going to stop mine right now.
Yep.
I'm gonna go cry in the corner for a while and then come back out.